Have you ever looked at a small, ordinary coin and wondered, what if this little piece of metal is not ordinary at all? What if something that once passed through someone's hands in a grocery store, or rested quietly in a forgotten drawer, is actually worth a fortune today? And what if I told you that one such coin, a simple 1978 Italy 50 lire, has been valued at an astonishing $79,000? Yes, you heard that right. $79,000 for a coin many people once treated as loose change. Before you dismiss this as impossible, I want you to stay with me. Watch this video till the very end, because what I'm about to share could completely change the way you look at coins forever. And who knows, it might even change your life. Welcome back to Coin Rich's channel, where we uncover the hidden stories and surprising values behind everyday coins. Today, we are diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1978 Italy 50 lire coin, a coin that represents history, art, and in rare cases, incredible financial opportunity. To truly understand why this coin matters, we need to go back in time. In 1978, Italy was a country full of movement, culture, and change. The Italian lira was still the national currency, long before the euro replaced it. The 50 lire coin was a common denomination, used by millions of Italians for daily purchases: coffee, bread, bus fares, small groceries. It was not seen as rare or special. It was practical. It was ordinary. And that is exactly what makes this story so powerful. The 1978 50 lire coin is a small aluminum coin. Lightweight. Simple. Modest in appearance. On one side, it features a classical female head, symbolizing the Italian Republic. Her design is elegant, inspired by ancient Roman artistry, a reminder of Italy's deep historical roots. On the other side, you'll find the image of a Vulcan forge hammer and anvil, symbolizing labor, strength, and the dignity of work. It reflects a nation proud of its craftsmanship and resilience. At the time, nobody imagined this coin would ever be anything more than pocket change. But here's the truth about coins: their future value is not determined by what people think of them today. It is shaped by rarity, condition, minting errors, demand, and time. Now let me ask you something. Have you ever checked the small details on a coin? The date. The mint marks. The edges. Tiny imperfections. Because in the world of coin collecting, those small details can mean the difference between 50 cents and tens of thousands of dollars. Most 1978 Italy 50 lire coins are common. Let's be clear about that. Millions were minted. And the majority of them are worth only a small premium above face value today. But, and this is where things get serious, certain rare variations, especially those in extraordinary condition or with specific minting anomalies, have attracted massive attention from collectors. In the middle of this story lies the number that surprises everyone: $79,000. A 1978 Italy 50 lire coin in exceptional, near-perfect condition, or with a rare minting characteristic, has reached a valuation of $79,000 in the collector's market. This is not the average coin you find in circulation. This is the kind of coin that has been preserved carefully, graded highly, and recognized as extraordinarily rare in its state. Think about that for a moment. A small aluminum coin that once bought a cup of espresso, now worth as much as a luxury car. But why would someone pay that much? The answer lies in three powerful forces: rarity, preservation, and demand. First, rarity. While millions were produced, very few survive today in flawless condition. Aluminum is a soft metal. It scratches easily. It dents. It wears down quickly in circulation. Finding a 1978 50 lire coin that looks almost untouched, with sharp details, clean surfaces, and no signs of wear, is extremely difficult. Second, preservation. Coins that were stored carefully, perhaps in a collector's album, sealed away from moisture and handling, have a dramatically higher chance of remaining in top condition. Sometimes people saved rolls of coins without realizing what they might become decades later. Third, demand. The global coin market has grown tremendously over the years. Collectors are no longer limited to one country. An Italian coin can attract buyers from the United States, Europe, Asia, or anywhere in the world. When serious collectors compete for a rare high-grade example, prices can climb quickly, and here is something important for viewers between 35 and 65 years old, especially those who remember using coins daily before digital payments became dominant. Many of you have jars of old coins at home. Boxes in storage. Collections inherited from parents or grandparents. You may be holding history without even realizing it. This is not about chasing fantasies. This is about awareness. Education. Observation. The 1978 Italy 50 lire coin teaches us a lesson that goes far beyond money. It teaches patience. It teaches attention to detail. It teaches that value is sometimes invisible to the casual EYE.at Coin Riches channel. Our mission is simple: open your eyes to possibilities hidden in plain sight. Now, let's talk more deeply about what separates an ordinary 50 lire from the kind that commands thousands. Condition grading plays a massive role. Professional grading services evaluate coins on a scale that measures wear, luster, strike quality, and surface preservation. A coin graded at the very top of the scale, often described as mint state with exceptional attributes, can multiply in value compared to a circulated example. For example, a heavily worn 1978 50 lire might be worth only a small collectible amount. But a coin that looks as if it just left the mint, with crisp edges and full design detail, enters a completely different category. Add a rare minting error, such as misalignment, double striking, or off-center design, and suddenly you are looking at something collectors fight over. Imagine discovering that in a small envelope tucked inside an old drawer. Imagine realizing that something you overlooked for years could represent financial security, travel opportunities, or helping your family. This is why I say, watch this video till the end. Because understanding the details could change your life. Now, some viewers might ask, is every 1978 Italy 50 lire worth $79,000? Absolutely not. And it is important to stay realistic. Only extremely rare, high-grade or unique examples reach such valuations. The majority remain affordable collectibles. But that is how rarity works in every collectible market. Stamps, watches, paintings, even classic cars. One extraordinary specimen can redefine the perception of an entire coin type, and here is another factor that increases interest: nostalgia. For many Italians and collectors worldwide, the lira represents a different era. A time before the euro. A time of simpler transactions. That emotional connection adds intangible value. Collectors do not just buy metal. They buy memory, identity, and history. The 1978 50 lire is part of that story. As we continue exploring this coin in detail, I want you to think about something personal. When was the last time you truly examined the coins you own? Not quickly. Not casually. But carefully. With curiosity, because sometimes, the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is simply knowledge, and here on Coin Riches channel, knowledge is your greatest asset. Stay with me, we're going to examine how collectors identify rare versions, what warning signs to watch for, and how you can evaluate your own coin step by step, even if you are completely new to coin collecting. Remember, watch till the end. What you learn today might be sitting quietly in your home right now. When experts examine a 1978 Italy 50 lire coin, they do not simply glance at the date and move on. They study the surface under magnification. They observe the sharpness of the female profile on the obverse. They check whether the hair details are fully defined. They look at the fields, the flat areas around the design, to see if there are scratches, cleaning marks, or dullness. Why does this matter so much? Because in coin collecting, condition is king. A coin that has been circulated for years will show wear on the highest points of the design. On the 50 lire, that usually means softening around the hair strands, slight flattening on the facial contours, and light smoothing on the hammer and anvil design. Even small contact marks from other coins and pockets can reduce value significantly. But imagine a different scenario. Imagine a 1978 50 lire coin that was never spent. It was stored directly after minting. Protected from friction. Shielded from humidity. Preserved from fingerprints. When such a coin appears today, with original mint luster and nearly flawless surfaces, collectors immediately pay attention. The aluminum composition makes this even more dramatic. Aluminum is extremely lightweight and reactive compared to many other metals. It can tone, dull, or scratch easily. That means pristine examples are far rarer than the mintage numbers suggest. Now think about supply and demand again. Millions may have been produced, yes. But how many survive in top-tier condition after nearly 5 decades? Very few, and when supply becomes extremely limited while demand grows steadily, prices respond. This is where auctions become exciting. Picture a major coin auction. Experienced collectors sitting quietly. Some watching online. Others present in person. A rare, high-grade 1978 Italy 50 lire appears in the catalog. Certified. Graded at an elite level. The description highlights its exceptional strike and near-perfect preservation. Bidding begins, the numbers climb. What might seem unbelievable to an outsider becomes logical inside the collecting world. Each bid reflects knowledge, competition, and recognition of rarity. When the hammer falls at a figure approaching $79,000, it is not randomness. It is the result of scarcity meeting serious demand. But let me pause here and speak directly to those of you between 35 and 65 years old. You grew up in an era when coins had real daily presence. You remember using physical currency regularly. You remember sorting coins on tables, dropping them into jars, counting them before purchases. That tactile experience created familiarity. But familiarity can sometimes blind us to hidden value. Many valuable coins have been overlooked simply because they looked ordinary. Some were spent unknowingly, some were lost, some are still sitting quietly in homes around the world, and that is why awareness is powerful. That if you happen to own Italian lire coins, perhaps inherited from family, collected during travel, or saved decades ago, now is the time to look at them carefully. Check the dates. Look specifically at 1978 50 lire pieces. Examine their condition under bright light. Avoid cleaning them. Cleaning can permanently damage surfaces and reduce collector value drastically. One of the biggest mistakes beginners make is trying to polish a coin to make it look better. In reality, cleaning destroys originality. Serious collectors prefer natural surfaces, even with minor age toning, over artificially brightened coins. Another important factor is mint errors. While not common, mint errors can elevate a coin's desirability dramatically. These include off-center strikes, double impressions, misaligned dies, or unusual surface anomalies that occurred during production at the mint. If a 1978 50 lire coin combines high grade with a visible mint error, its uniqueness increases significantly. However, identifying genuine mint errors requires knowledge. Not every unusual mark is valuable. Some damage occurs after circulation. The key difference is whether the flaw happened during minting or later. This is why professional grading services play such a major role in high-value sales. A certified coin carries credibility. It assures buyers that the grade and authenticity have been independently evaluated. Now let's reflect on something deeper. Why do coins like this capture imagination so strongly? Because they represent hidden opportunity. They remind us that value is not always obvious. They prove that patience can be rewarded. In a world where investments often seem complicated, stocks, digital assets, real estate, sometimes tangible objects quietly appreciate over time. Not every coin becomes valuable. But history shows that certain rare examples can surprise everyone. The 1978 Italy 50 lire coin is a perfect example of how something once dismissed as everyday currency can transform into a collector's treasure, and here on Coin Rich's channel, we focus on these transformative stories. Let me also emphasize something important for mature viewers. Collecting coins is not gambling. It is not chasing unrealistic dreams. It is about education, research, and thoughtful observation. Even if you never find a $79,000 coin, understanding numismatics can connect you with history in a meaningful way. Each coin carries context. The 50 lire tells the story of Italy before the Euro era. It reflects industrial symbolism. It represents national identity. It traveled through countless hands during a period of cultural evolution. When you hold one, you are holding a piece of late 20th century Europe, and sometimes, within that history, extraordinary examples emerge. Now imagine this scenario. a retired individual sorting through belongings accumulated over decades. Perhaps there is an old tin box. Inside are foreign coins collected during travel in the 1970s or 1980s. Among them, several 50 lire pieces from 1978. Most may be worn, but one looks sharper, brighter, less touched. That single coin could deserve closer examination. This is why I keep repeating, watch this video till the end. Because knowledge separates curiosity from opportunity. In the coming moments, we will discuss how to safely store coins, how to avoid common scams, and how to determine whether professional evaluation is worth considering. These practical steps are essential if you want to move from casual interest to informed action. Remember, at Coin Rich's channel, our goal is not just to tell exciting stories. It is to empower you with awareness, and awareness, especially when combined with patience and careful observation, can open doors you never expected. By now, you understand that the 1978 Italy 50 lire coin is not just a lightweight aluminum piece from the past. It represents history, craftsmanship, and in extremely rare cases, astonishing financial potential. You have learned that while millions were minted, only a tiny fraction survive in extraordinary condition. And in the right circumstances, one of those rare survivors has reached a value of $79,000, but knowledge without action changes nothing. So what should you actually do? First, if you own Italian lire coins, especially from the 1970s, bring them out carefully. Do not rush. Do not clean them. Wash your hands before handling them, or even better, hold them by the edges. Use a soft surface underneath in case you drop one. This may sound simple, but small mistakes can permanently affect condition. Next, examine the coin under strong, natural light. Look closely at the details of the female profile. Are the hair strands sharp and fully visible? Is the facial outline crisp? Turn the coin over. Study the hammer and anvil design. Are the edges clear and defined? Check the fields. Do they reflect light smoothly, or are they filled with scratches and dullness? If the coin looks unusually sharp compared to others, that is your first signal. Then, compare it to images of high-grade examples from trusted numismatic sources. Pay attention to small details. Sometimes the difference between an average coin and a high-grade coin is subtle but critical. If you believe your coin might be exceptional, consider professional evaluation. Reputable grading services provide authentication and assign an official grade. This not only protects you from uncertainty but also builds buyer confidence if you ever choose to sell. Now let us talk honestly, not every 1978 Italy 50 lire coin will be worth thousands. In fact, most will not. But that does not reduce the importance of checking. Because all it takes is one extraordinary example to change everything, and here is something many people overlook: timing matters. As generations grow older and nostalgia increases, interest in pre-Euro Italian coins continues. Collectors who grew up using lira currency are now in their peak earning years. That emotional connection often drives stronger demand. For viewers between 35 and 65 and beyond, this is especially meaningful. You understand the value of patience. You understand long-term thinking. You have seen markets rise and fall. You know that real value often builds quietly over decades. Coins reward that mindset. They are not flashy. They do not send notifications. They do not demand attention. They sit silently, waiting, and sometimes, after 40 or 50 years, they reveal their true worth. Imagine telling your family that a small coin discovered in an old drawer turned into a 5-figure asset. Imagine funding travel, supporting grandchildren, paying off obligations, or simply strengthening your financial security, all because you decided to look carefully at something others ignored. That is why I say again, watch videos like this till the end. Education can change your life. On Coin Rich's channel, we are building more than an audience. We are building awareness. Every episode is designed to open your eyes to possibilities hiding in plain sight. Today it is the 1978 Italy 50 lire. Tomorrow it might be another overlooked treasure sitting quietly in your home. Let me leave you with this thought: value is not always loud, sometimes it whispers, sometimes it looks ordinary, sometimes it feels too small to matter. but history has proven again and again that small objects can carry enormous worth, financially and historically. The 1978 Italy 50 lire coin is a symbol of that truth. A coin once exchanged for daily necessities. A coin that passed through countless hands without ceremony. And yet, in rare and extraordinary condition, one example reached $79,000. That number is not just a price. It is a reminder to observe carefully, a reminder to respect history, a reminder that hidden opportunity still exists. So tonight, before you relax, before you put this thought aside, take a few minutes. Check your drawers. Check your old boxes. Check inherited collections. Look for Italian coins. Look for 1978. Look for 50 lire, and if you find one, do not dismiss it, examine it, protect it, learn about it, because the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is often knowledge. If this story opened your eyes, make sure you stay connected with Coin Rich's channel. There are countless coins around the world with stories just like this, quiet, underestimated, waiting to be rediscovered. Remember, awareness creates opportunity creates change, and sometimes, change begins with a single coin. Stay curious. Stay observant. And never underestimate what might be hiding in plain sight.